The next automobile superpower emerges won't be decided in Detroit. They won't be decided in Tokyo. It will be decided in a standards committee meeting in Beijing on July 1, 2026, an event that almost nobody outside China has noticed. The man who should have stopped this from happening is Akio Toyoda, chairman of Toyota, grandson of the founder, most influential figure in the global automobile industry, writing a battery technology that his company has been promising the entire world since 2017, a battery that hasn't shipped. 3,000 miles west, the man building the future Toyota promised is Zeng, founder of CATL, world's largest battery maker by far, already producing more than a third of all the battery cells for electric vehicles globally. And Zeng is not the only player. In December 2025, a known scientist named Dongfeng from China Automotive Technology and Research Center releases a draft document, China's first national standard for solid-state batteries. Such standard doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. No such standard exists in Japan. No such standard exists in the United States. No such standard exists in Europe. Japan has staked 117 billion yen, over $750 million in government subsidies, on Toyota becoming the first to deliver this technology. We'll get back to whether or not that bet was wise. But China has bet on a totally different strategy. China has bet on whoever controls the rules controlling the future. Cut to September 2026, a factory floor somewhere in Wuhan. A new Dongfeng sedan rolls out of the line with a solid-state battery pack, over 600 miles of driving range, charging capacity between 10% and 80% within 15 minutes, the very first mass-produced solid-state automobile in history, built in accordance with national standard that the rest of the world will have to adopt. In order to properly understand how a Japanese invention became a Chinese product line, we have to rewind to 1991. 1991 marks the year of lithium-ion batteries commercialization by Sony. All the patents, the inventors, the Nobel Prize awarded in 2019 to a Japanese chemist named Akira Yoshino. And yet, by 2024, Japan lost more than 70% of global production of lithium-ion batteries to China. CATL and BYD alone supply more than half the global electric vehicle battery demand. Japan invented it. China made it. This is the original sin Tokyo has been trying to undo in 15 years. Solid state was meant to be the second chance. Here's why solid state is so important. By 2017, Toyota already developed solid-state batteries. It announced that it will put them in production automobiles by 2020. Deadline came and passed. They moved it to 2023, again came and passed. 2026. Now it's 2027 to 2028, over a decade of moving the deadline. Yet, the Japanese government continued writing checks. During that decade, Akio Toyoda did nothing but question the need for electrified vehicles. He described electric vehicles adoption as overhyped. He discussed potential Japanese job losses due to it. He described full electrification as a moonshot goal. In the meantime, his competitors in China were pouring concrete. Beijing didn't object to moonshot framing. Beijing simply industrialized. As of early 2026, here's the scoreboard. Dongfeng has already built a pilot production line, producing 1,000 gigawatts-hour per month with mass production planned for September. Geely committed to producing 1,000 demonstration vehicles by 2027. Chery is already producing 60 ampere-hour solid-state cells on a pilot line. SAX-MG already delivered production vehicles equipped with semi-solid packs. CATL is drafting the national standard together with the regulator, which will approve its products. They're not the ones developing the technology. They're the ones defining it. This is what China's national standard, published on July 1, 2026, does subtly yet dangerously. It bans semi-solid-state term for marketing purposes. It introduces 0.5% threshold for determining what can be considered a truly solid-state battery, a limit that's stricter than anything before. Companies helping to write the standard are precisely those that already meet this limit. This standard means that anyone who wants to sell solid-state batteries in the Chinese market, the largest market for electric vehicles in the world, will have to comply. All test methods, classification criteria, safety thresholds, everything will be set by China. What America did in return? QuantumScape, the SPAC darling that reached over $50 billion valuation, shipped sample batteries to Volkswagen with plans to produce commercial volumes by the end of the decade. Solid power, factorial, state volt. Only pilot lines and lab tests, no production automobiles whatsoever. Not a national standard in sight. No state behind them. Japan is supposed to enter small-scale production in 2027, 2 years after Dongfeng, 2 years after the Chinese standard has been enacted, 2 years after the rules will already be written. And what does Akio Toyoda think? He says that hybrids will dominate the market for many more decades, that solid state will appear in halo vehicles, and that there is no rush. He might be right about the technology itself. However, he is fundamentally mistaken about the chess game taking place underneath the development cycle, because the country that defines technology owns it. Japan invented lithium-ion battery. China built factories to manufacture it. Japan invented the solid-state battery. China is writing the rule book. That's the law of industrial succession. It is not the inventor of the technology who owns the future. It is the country industrially ahead of technology development itself. And that country, in turn, writes the rules everyone has to follow. The next automobile superpower won't be the one building the best car. It will be the one building the standard the best car is measured against. The standard has just been signed in mid-July. Subscribe. Next file drops Friday.